I've been in this youth group since 6th grade. I've seen it change so much in ways that I would have never expected and are honestly miraculous.
When I was in school before this camp, I used to be very down about myself and say, I'm not enough, I'm not loved.
Like at home, my family is not as big of Jesus believers.
I almost felt that my faith was sort of stagnant. I wasn't really going anywhere. I was stuck in one place, never going forward. But that first night of worship, I felt something on me that I haven't felt almost in my entire life. It was simply incredible. I don't really know how else to describe it.
So the first night, Calvin came, and he just came to me, and he just was praying over me, and he was like, "Is there anything you need to tell me?" And so I told him my situation, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I struggled with the same thing." And so it was great. It was yeah, he was like, I just felt like I needed to just talk to you.
During worship last night, I had a vision from God, and we were singing the song Graves into Gardens, where it goes, "There's nothing better than you." And I just I closed my eyes and I had a vision of my entire school just worshiping Jesus wholeheartedly. And they were all singing the lyrics, "There's nothing better than you." And I just saw them just throw away everything that they didn't need and all their earthly possessions and desires, and we were just praising Jesus because he was our desire. And I just feel so encouraged because of that, and I feel like the Lord has something really special this year at my school, that he's going to awaken hearts that maybe were dead to Jesus or maybe didn't understand the full reality of him. And I'm just really expectant for what God has.
God's presence was in the room, and all of us were just dancing and singing and shouting. And the best part about it was that we all knew God was in the room and that he was moving among us.
A real big adventure in Jesus and in activities.
On the first day of worship, I felt more free to experience and worship Jesus, and I noticed that everyone else was doing it too, and I felt just comfortable in the space I was in.
And when we gathered around that circle, I felt just the peace over me with Jesus.
I was kneeling on the ground praying, and I really need someone to talk to me. And I was praying to God, I need you. And then I felt a hand touch me. And at first I thought it was just I thought it was one of the leaders, but then I looked behind me and no one was there. And I was like, God, thank you. Thank you for doing this to me.
I have never seen this many kids so on fire for God. And I've never seen such a release of freedom in a big group like this, with each person in their own individual way feeling freedom, peace, and wholeness. It's an experience that I will never forget.
Now that I'm at this camp, I literally heard a little whisper from God saying that I'm beautiful just the way I am. I am enough. I am worthy of everyone's love.
I had a series of visions of angels dancing, of angels playing violins and just instruments, 20 of them in a row, until finally it snapped and I realized I was in my heart and my mind with Jesus, talking with him. Just a fiery figure on a chair. And he goes, "Hey buddy, how you doing?" And at this point I'm freaking out because I don't know what's happening. And so at this point I'm like, God, I have all these things that I'm doing wrong. I don't know how to fix them. I don't know how to do this. And he's like, "Don't worry about those things. Trust me." And then I snap out of it and I'm back to the church in the sanctuary, and I just felt this complete peace. Nothing was weighing on my head and my mind. I felt perfectly good.
Yeah, I just felt peace over me with Jesus, and I actually met him and got to hold hands with him. So that was a really good experience for me.
I had a similar experience. I just couldn't stop crying. I just was so joyful, and I felt like my chest got lifted off more, and I felt less heavy.
I pray that all of the people that go to this camp later, that they will feel encountered by God, and that they would have supernatural things happen to them with God, touching them or them seeing God. I pray that God would have them get much closer to